Hello, this is a very quick video. I'm just slamming it down because I want to make it before I go out to the stables, and I've got a lesson, so I have time constraints. I want to talk about a problem people are having putting comments under videos, but I'm also talking about the Hatun Tash incident at Speaker's Corner, where she was knifed well, we're assuming it was a Muslim fanatic. I don't think anyone doubts that, although we don't have any proof, so we do have to hold fire on that. Okay, so what happened was that people keep telling me they're making comments and the comments are disappearing, and then they're blaming me. I want to absolutely say I have started deleting the comments of one person because he kept making personal comments about me. And I warned him, if you keep on doing this, I'm just going to block you. So now when I see his name come up, I just delete whatever he says. I don't even bother looking at it because I disapprove of his behaviour. So that is one person I am blocking. And the other thing I always delete is something that's boosting a political party, any political party, even the ones I support. So and by ones, I mean ones, because I'm, sort of floating voter. Some political parties have a position on something I agree with, and others have a position I agree with. So, I might agree with both of them. Now, so that's it. I cut political party boosts. And the other thing is, I always delete any comment from anybody that makes some sort of a personal reference to myself, well, they're generally sexual references. Now, you may say you'd really have to be sick to make sexual references about a woman of my age, but yeah, there are lots of sick people on the internet, aren't there? So that's it. And I do not delete anything. If I disagree with you, I don't delete it. I just delete it if you're being insulting. Now, that's the first thing. And the second thing is, this happened to me this morning. There's this chap called Mark who made a comment under the Hatun Tash video, and I tried to, and his comment was, this Tash person was not a true Christian. If she was, she would not have been wearing a Charlie Hebdo t-shirt. I'll get to that in a minute. However, my response from that was, you see, it's disappeared again. My response was, Mark, it is not up to a Muslim to decide who is a Christian. Now, obviously, Mark is a Muslim as well. I believe that that's probably what he is. But certainly the person who knifed her would have been. So, yeah, my comment has disappeared. I tried posting it in various word forms several times, and it keeps on disappearing. So, it's happening to me. I just want you all to know that. And this is YouTube censoring a perfectly reasonable comment, i.e. that it is not up to a Muslim to decide who is not a Christian. But also what I wanted to point out was the line of reasoning that Mark is using. What he is saying is that it's okay to knife her because she's not a true Christian. Well, in other situations, it would be it's okay to knife her because she is a true Christian and she doesn't agree with Islam. There's a sort of a sideways sliding of logic here, which is, I'm sorry to say, very typical of Islam. It's not exclusive to Islam. You also find this especially on the left, and it's something to do with some sort of a mindset. So let's say she was not a true Christian, or she wouldn't have been wearing a Charlie Hebdo t-shirt. Well, the point is, what she actually believes or not is not your concern, Mark. It's whether she was acting within the law. She was acting within the law of this land in wearing a Charlie Hebdo t-shirt. You're allowed to do that. She was acting in the law, within the law of this land, by preaching her Christian faith, whether you believe that that's her Christian faith or not. She is allowed to do that. So she is within the law, and it is not up to you to decide which parts of the law you're going to abide by. You say here she's not a true Christian, or she wouldn't have been wearing a Charlie Hebdo t-shirt, and basically the logical progression of that is it was okay to do violence to her. Well, it wasn't. And it's not up to you to decide whether she's a Christian or not. It's not up to you to decide whether it's the law or not. And it's not up to you to decide whether you can do violence to somebody with whom you disagree, whether you think they are making an argument out of their hearts or just out of their personal ambitions. This has nothing to do with you. And this sort of a justification for violence, for for an attitude of supporting violence, Mark, that is wrong. It's wrong, and it's unfortunately one of the best examples I can find of where Islamic logic and Western values just clash and cannot be reconciled. Now, obviously, there are Muslims who have ditched this way of thinking. The problem is that there are many Muslims, just like you, Mark, who haven't ditched it. And you should, because this is not civilized behavior. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Grannyopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.grannyopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.